Good morning. Because I am technologically inept and I have to learn more about this sort of stuff, I am using a dual mode for two reasons. One, to show the screen, and number two, to show my reactions to these things. The topic for today, I know I was supposed to do pipe slide videos. Unfortunately, the pipe slide video got lost in the download, so I will have to re-record it because the file got corrupted. But I did another test of it, and I'll be able to re-record it sometime this week. So anyway, question was sent to me. What is a good drum? Let me just what is a good beginner's drum for around $200? And the person quoted me in American funds. Apologies, because everything here is in, I believe, Canadian funds. But I wanted to give a general idea. It's if you're looking for something good for around that sort of money, you are going to have to be stuck looking at the Waltons, the Ruspecs, etc. But if you're willing to spend about 50% more thereabouts, you can get some pretty good stuff. And I wanted to touch on a few of the ones that have been mentioned a lot, and a few of the ones that I've tried that I can either say yay or nay about. One of the ones that I actually recommend is from Waltons, but I can show you which ones you don't want to have from Waltons. So let's get me out of the way. This one here, this is, by the way, Whistle and Drum website. So this is the one you don't want. And it's a non-tunable design. The skin is of average quality. It's really, really nothing special. And this is where Waltons gets a lot of criticisms about. However, you are literally... There we go. That's the one I used to have. Only mine was a double skin. The price jumps dramatically, and you can even buy it off of Walton's website for less, about $310 Canadian. I think I bought mine from a music store in Toronto for about $320. All in. I got a special price because a friend of mine works at the store. Got an employee discount. So this one, by comparison, you're spending not bad, plus whatever shipping. But the skin quality is actually very good. Once it's beaten in, once it's smoothed out, the bass comes out. It's actually really well. It's built very well. It's built like a tank. The only downside, and this was mentioned on the bodhran section of Facebook, is that the tuning pegs, are just too small. And it's true, the actual dog screw distance is probably about 2/3 that you'd find on, say, a Seamus O'Kane drum. So it'll adjust fine, excuse me, but it will not adjust incredibly well. The other problem is that the screws come down and they sit on a screw that's been drilled into the tuning ring, so that floating bit. The problem is the screw hits the screw, and when you're tightening it and releasing it over time, it tends to rub the screw a bit strangely, so it pulls it in and out. So tuning, the feel of tuning, excuse me, is going to be not quite very good. But there is a solution, and I highly recommend this one, and that is the T-Series. And the reason why I generally recommend the T-Series is that it has a much more accurate, much more well-built tuning system. It doesn't break the bank. The skin quality is quite good. The drum hardware is quite good. The tuning system, as they're saying here in Waltons, comes from Hedwig Shack, so it's the 4-star tuning system through body design. And I've tried one. I've tried two of them, actually. I've tried the 14, which I thought was okay, and the 16, which I thought was actually much better. So if you don't want to spend too much money, and the prices here are all in euros, not a bad drum at all. Your resale value is not going to be very high on it once you're used to it, but you may actually come to like it. It's actually a very good little travel drum. Also that was mentioned on the website was the Coreline, and the Coreline has popped up more times than any other drum, and well, yeah. And I wonder why. It's a standardized model, like the other Waltons models. And these are not custom drums. These are very much designed and made as a standard set. Each of them with different playing properties, but each of them as a standard set. So the benefit of this is very high quality. And price-wise, you're not going to break the bank. You really, really, really are not going to break the bank with these drums. Other ones out there that would fall into some comparison would be the McNeela drums, which are also very good. I got to try a non-tunable, and actually, as far as inexpensive non-tunable drums go, I think the McNeela drums are my favorite, considering what you can do with them. And again, they're built like tanks. They can take a beating and they can take a beginner player. But the nice thing about the Coreline is that very well designed, the skin is very high quality, and it's a no frills, solid design. This is basically what replaced the light line from Hedvig Shack and is now the T series, which is basically the light line. I own one of these. I will be doing a review on the Coreline Bullet, which is you. Sorry, I'm holding the camera while I'm doing this. Again, technologically inept. But again, a highly recommendable drum. However, you do have options of picking drums a la carte. And, you know, there is a number of reasons why you may not want to do straight up standard models. And if you go on the bar and buy and sell, you have lots of options. I just recently cross-posted this guy. And again, I'm going to show it again. You know, $150 American for a drum that originally costs about $440 brand new or thereabouts. Maybe. This is Canadian funds I'm talking, so American funds probably be like 200 and something. Like $280. So again, you're getting something that's, again, very high quality. You know, here's another one. I don't know if this one is still around, but come on, it's a DOK. You know how expensive those are? And he's asking $185. That's a big thing. Lastly, if you're looking to get something that's more custom made, websites like Metloff or Finnegan Hill or whatever design drums and do business according to sort of an a la carte system. They quote, you get a quote from it, and you go from there. The nice thing about this is that Brent at Finnegan Hill makes a student model, which can cost less than a lot of the more premium stuff. But more importantly, again, is the price list and how it's done. So if you just wanted something out and out bare bones, you get a calf skin, standard calf. You can tape it or non-tape it. There's no charge for that unless you're getting a tabla ring installed. You pick your diameter up to 16, so that these are the most popular sizes. And you are basically not getting charged with anything more. You pick your colors and you pick your finish, and if you're smart and you're brand new at this whole thing, you will get a standard color of whatever he has in his lists, and you will also pick the standard satin finish, and then you will not be paying extra for it. And that's the thing. If you're starting out why are you going to go out and buy something that's like a $500 custom made drum? Instead, what you should be doing, if all you really care about is just learning, is don't worry about the aesthetics. Make sure that the drum is built well and plays well. So something like this, you could buy a brand new drum for about $300 American, and that includes the shipping, because especially if you're in the United States, Brent ships for free, depending. Or if you're in Canada, you get an extra $30 shipping fee, but whatever. And that's the thing. You can either, buy standardized models, or you can buy standardized a la carte parts and have it put to you. The thing is that there's many ways to spend a good amount of money and still get something very, very good. But if you're someone who really sort of jumps the gun and you're going to buy a lamb bag, or you're going to buy, like on mine, you're going to buy kangaroo or something, or deer or elk, be prepared to pay the extra money. Skin is expensive, and the work that goes in the skin is technical and talented, so you're going to pay extra for it. So again, use your money wisely. So here are the top 4 things that I would really look for when I'm buying a brand new drum. So the first thing is, what do you need as a student? Do you need $500 worth of kit? No, you absolutely do not. You need to learn the fundamentals and basics and then develop from there. You need something that's built well. You need good quality assembly, and you need a very good skin. All the options that I've shown today include, used, new, standard, and custom models that all have excellent quality in both. So, and of course, read the fine print. So the top 4 things are, you need, number 1, to budget yourself. And you need to understand what the trends are in that budget. So if $300 American is your budget, then you're going to have actually pretty good. If you're going to have to spend about $180 to $200, expect that you're going to have a lot less to pick from. But if you're not looking to, maybe if you can't afford an Alfonso or a Seamus O'Kane or Hedvig Shektrum right off the bat, it'll be more difficult to buy those higher end stuff. But you don't have to buy super expensive to sound good. Practice is what makes you sound good. Number 2 is that you need to know where your money is going, how it's being broken down. Some of it happens, like on this, which is a straight up price plus a shipping fee. In other cases, it's like on the Finnegan Hill site, where you have multiple choice, a la carte sort of thing. The third thing is your shipping, because we always forget about shipping when we buy stuff. See what the shipping includes. And if you can get free shipping, like if you're in the United States and an American maker ships for free, maybe that's something to really look forward to. As already mentioned, if you live in the United States, you already got a wealth of very good makers in the United States. If you're in Ireland, you're surrounded by great makers. And the fourth thing is, don't worry about aesthetics. Aesthetics are not even important when it comes to buying your first drum. It is not wise to pick aesthetics when playability and sound is more important, ultimately. Worry about the aesthetics later. Maybe after you get good, and maybe after a few years, you're like, I want a better drum and I want something custom made for me. And you go off and you get something custom made. And actually, as a 5th one, check out the Bodhran Buy and Sell. Please, please, please check out the website. Because pardon me, but this is my Metloff. You know how expensive Metlofs are when they're brand new? I got this one for just over $300 Canadian. About $310 Canadian. Bought used. The skin isn't even completely broken in. I've been playing it for the last few months, and I've been really trying to break the skin in, so that's what smart buying does. You can buy, Metloff on a budget and get really high quality. If you are any other sort of instrumental player out there, and the reason why I have my Strat behind it is that I also bought that used, and unlike unlike a lot of things like buying cars or buying other types of instrument, you have to be a little more careful when you buy something that has a membrane or a skin than when you buy something like my Strat here, which I did buy used. This Strat is from 2006. And the thing is, more goes on with one of these than goes on with one of these in shipping and in keeping. So this thing came actually from the United States in a different climate. This thing came from a completely different climate. This thing changed more. This thing has mechanical adjustments to it that are simple. This thing does not. This thing only has the tuning system. So if there's any change of warping, it's because of where I live. So, take your time when you're buying your first drum, and it will be worth it. They will last a long time, and they will last as long as you take good care of it. But yeah, don't worry about how it looks. Go get something that's going to be good value for money and sound good. And of course, if you don't practice, you're never going to sound good. Till next time. Bye.